Hello everyone, you're now with me, Ruben Gomez for TVS News at 5. Rescue workers are intensifying their rescue works to free the victims trapped in an illegal gold mining. At Gunung Tabai, the operation has also been classified as high risk for rescuers to extricate the victim. It is believed that one of the men is buried while the other two are still trapped in the same hole in the cave, an entrance to conduct the mining activities.
Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department operations spokesperson noted at 11:30 a.m. rescuers reported that they saw a human hand in the hole. A joint rescue operation with villagers are still underway. The spokesperson said the department received a distress call pertaining to a missing person at 9:10 a.m. of a male individual identified as Mat Tapa, 25, and gone missing in Gunung Tabai. It is understood that the trio left their home on Tuesday as early as 5:30 a.m. and did not inform anyone of their activity and their whereabouts.
The Sarawak state government has held talks with airline companies to provide special flights to Sarawakian students studying in Sabah. Sarawak Minister of Transport Dato' Lee Kim Shin said this followed requests from Sarawakian students studying there. Recently, his ministry has received a request from Sarawakian students studying in Sabah for flights from Kuching to Kota Kinabalu and from Miri to Kota Kinabalu. Based on this request, the state government has held discussions with Malaysia Airlines, AirAsia, Malindo Air and Maswing on the possibility of providing special flights to the aforementioned destinations in order to fulfill those requests. Students are also advised to contact the airline companies to book their flight tickets. This is so that the airline companies can place them in special flights. Lee hopes that this approach could assist students to return to campus and continue their new semester studies this April 5th. At this moment in time, the Sarawak state government had reduced the number of flights due to the COVID-19 situation, with only approved flights allowed to enter. Residents in Miri can now breathe a sigh of relief come heavy rain, as 9 flood mitigation projects have been approved. Sarawak Transport Minister Dato' Lee Kim Shin said the project proposals were mooted following frequent floods in January. The Senadin Assemblyman said that of the 9 projects, 5 would be funded by the state government with an allocation of 320,000 ringgit. Meanwhile, the remaining 4 are under the purview of the federal government with a grant of 720,000 ringgit. The projects include river clearing works on Sungai Adong and Sungai Miri Kecil, clearing and desilting works on the existing earth drain at Jalan Indah 3 in Desa Pujut, and clearing works on an existing drain at Tudan Phase 3 and Phase 5. The clearing work of the 6.2 kilometre Sungai Adong began on March 8 along with 4 other projects and is expected to be completed on June 8. Lee hoped that the clearing projects can help solve the flooding woes in the area. Meanwhile, 4 more projects under the federal government have begun on March 15 and are expected for completion between July and September. 2 farmers' efforts to grow durian despite lacking knowledge and experience proved fruitful after getting praise from the Sarawak government. The duo have successfully grown Musang King and 5 other durian varieties in Bikanu without much assistance. In recognizing their success, the state government has provided farm owners Muhammad Momand, 60, and Jamani Jamiran, 65, with farm inputs for structure, improvement and supporting services. Meanwhile, Miri-based Sawfield Agro Bio-Resources has donated its biofertilizers to them. According to Assistant Minister of Agriculture, Native Land and Regional Development, Dr. Abdul Rahman Ismail, his ministry will provide farm inputs worth 20,000 ringgit to each orchard, as well as improvement of road access and supporting services. The 2 farms now have about 500 durian trees, including the much sought after Musang King and Blackthorn species, which are about to bear its first fruits. Although they initially suffered financial losses due to low survival rates, they eventually were able to gradually expand the size of their orchards to 12 acres. Hello there. Members of the public need to inform the health department should they have missed the appointment for their second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. These individuals could ask for rescheduling of their vaccination anytime within 40 days of their first dose. Deputy Health Minister Dato' Aaron Agodagang said this was in response to a suggestion from a local community leader in Sarawak for rural folk to be administered with a single dose. The proposal was voiced following the various constraints faced by rural residents who might probably miss their vaccination appointment, as they normally did with the common hospital appointment. The sole single-dose vaccine at the moment is J&J, produced by Janssen Pharmaceutical Companies of Johnson & Johnson, which was reported as having 66.3% efficacy in clinical trials. Meanwhile, commenting on the announcement of a 10 million ringgit allocation for the COVID-19 Vaccine Injury Fund to compensate individuals who might experience side effects from vaccination, he said the government is confident with the existing vaccines. Malaysia and Singapore are committed to continue cooperating towards post-pandemic recovery. Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation Khairi Jamaluddin said this is based on talks between both nations concerning the handling of digital vaccination certificates. Both Malaysia's and Singapore digital vaccination certificates will be secured by blockchain technology and come with a traceability feature that tells the exact batch of the vaccine vial used for inoculation. The interoperability between the digital certification system used by both nations will be crucial, especially when taking in account the standards set by the World Health Organization, the International Air Transport Association, and other countries. Both ministers also discussed on their respective national immunization plans and the exchange of best practices and opening up the borders with health certificates recognized by both nations. Malaysia and Singapore are also committed in becoming a working model of post-pandemic recovery. European and US companies have ranked Malaysia as the second most favorable Southeast Asian country for foreign investment, according to a study commissioned by Standard Chartered. Malaysia is a country to establish or expand sourcing, selling or operations over the next 6 to 12 months.
Chief financial officers and treasurers in the US, the UK, Germany and France indicated that despite uncertainty caused by the global pandemic, overseas markets remain key to growth. Standard Chartered said respondents see Asia remaining a growth region with over 85% operating and implementing in Asia for business activities. In Asia, Japan topped the list by 42% as the most preferable destination for foreign investment, followed by China at 36% and Australia at 34%. Malaysia was ranked 9th in the list, 3 notches below Singapore, which was ranked 6th.
And here are the sports update. National women's singles shuttlers Eskisona has withdrew from this week's Orleans Masters tournament in France. Badminton Associations of Malaysia BAM in a statement confirmed that the coaching team reached a collective decision on her withdrawal after evaluating the 22-year-old's recent performance at the All England in Birmingham.
Kisona, who made her All England debut last week, lost to 8th seed Busanan Ongbam Rungpan of Thailand 6-21, 7-21 in the opening round.
Well, that's conclude the news at 5. Remember 11:30 p.m. for the Nightline with Cheryl Shaminato. Ruben Gomez, anytime, anywhere.